Have you ever heard of an idea that was so simple yet so brilliant you were mad at yourself for not coming up with it? Well, today's guest has one of those ideas, and I can't wait to share it with you. We're going to learn how we can change the world one click at a time. Oh, and I'm feeling generous today, so stick around until the end, and you're going to find out how you can win a free gift from me. Well, welcome, Katie, to the Snap Society.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, thank you. Okay, so first of all, I was telling everybody about your name and how amazing it is. So will you tell us what Fotolanthropy is?
Sure. PhotoLanthropy is a nonprofit organization, and we're a community of photographers and filmmakers that document inspiring true stories.
Great. And how did you come up with this name? It is genius.
It's a good story, actually. My husband and I love working together, and we actually had a 16-hour road trip to Colorado that we decided to conquer in one day. And, I kind of had this vision for this idea of Fotolanthropy and wanting to give back. And 16 hours later, we came up with this name together, and we just love it. It really describes what we do, and I think, it's a cool name. So
Yes.
That's how it came about. Just lots and lots of hours together and ideating. So one of the most interesting things about coming up with a business name, I think, is, you can have a name that you get really excited about, but you're forced to be very creative when selecting a domain. For example, we were on GoDaddy.com trying to, think of things, but it's kind of neat. It really makes you creative.
Yes. Well, and I love it because I actually saw you randomly on somebody else's newsfeed or blog, and I knew exactly what your site was probably about by the name, and that tells you that you have an amazing name when people know what it is just by seeing it or saying it. So that's great.
Thank you.
So how and when did this all come about? You said that you had a vision of it, but tell us a little bit more. When was this, and how did it actually come into fruition?
Sure. Actually, in 2011, at the time, I had my own portrait business for a few years and loved the industry so much. I still am a professional photographer, but I was just really had a longing to give back. I was getting kind of exhausted just by the everyday, day in, day out photography, things like that. And I just really wanted to be free from that and have an outlet and just give back. Because as photographers, most of us just want to get started because of our love for photography.
Yes.
And I just wanted to have an outlet for that. And it's really a neat story, but I basically got a phone call from a mother that had just learned that her son had been diagnosed with a brain tumor. And it was one of those moments in my life where I had this vision for this nonprofit that perhaps we could start. I just kind of needed the courage to go for that dream. And it was really a phone call that made that decision for me.
Wow.
So as soon as she had no idea, I was thinking about that, and we got to be with her through one of the hardest times in her life. But that call really changed my life, and we've taken it very seriously that we felt that we were supposed to start this organization called PhotoLantaP.
Yeah, and what year was that?
That was in the summer of 2011.
Okay.
So we've actually just been established, just for a few years now.
Wow.
And it's been an incredible adventure. We're a nationwide movement now. And we have filmmakers that pair with photographers, and we create short-style documentary films, usually about 8 to 10 minutes in length. And our goal and our focus is trying to, capture those inspiring stories. The easiest way to kind of think about it is think of movies like Rudy or Blindside.
Love Rudy, yes.
Happiness. They all have that feeling that when you walk away from a movie like that, you just feel so motivated. And so we want Fotolanthropy to do two things, be a place for people to come and to feel inspired or lifted up if they've had a hard day. But also we want to honor these everyday heroes that are just leading exceptional lives, even though they've been faced with so much adversity.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Whenever I have to, whenever I'm going to rent a movie, I always want to rent the inspirational one. So this is definitely something that is so interesting to me. And, I've had those calls too, where I've been, taking pictures of soldiers coming home. I've been taking pictures before they leave. I've been taking pictures of, people who do have an illness that's terminal. but I've never come up with an idea like this. I mean, this is truly amazing and innovative, and I love it. And the fact that you've come so far in such a short amount of time is really incredible. So I know that you probably have a ton of inspirational stories, and so I would love for you to share just one of them with us.
Oh, sure. I'll try to. I have two, but I'll try to go with one.
Oh, share two then.
Because they're so different, and it kind of shows the range of what we do. But one is an incredible story of a father's love, and we got a phone call of a dad that had been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and the one thing that he dreamt of doing is walking his two daughters down the aisle, and he wanted to be able to share that moment and give them away. And so we were able to have a photo crew member there document it, and the pictures are just so powerful. It showed their mission, that moment leading to this moment that their dad is gifting with them. It's just such a beautiful thing. We were so honored to be there. So some of our stories are very motivational, but they're tough, but it's one that I think his inspiration has really encouraged and motivated a lot of churches, a lot of men and wives and daughters. And then another one that's really close to my heart and that we've just been pouring our heart into is actually a full feature documentary that PhotoLanthropy has produced called Travis's Soldier Stories. We actually have our own website for it now because it's become big, so it's travisthemovie.com. And this story is amazing. It's about a soldier named Travis Mills who lost both arms in Afghanistan and legs, so he's a quadruple amputee. He's one of five. So he is such a rarity, and his story is really making a difference and motivating so many others. I've got my Travis Mills wristband on that I always wear, but for right now our team is just traveling with this film, and we actually just got to show it at the U.S. Capitol, and we're just trying to help this soldier kind of motivate more people, and his story is very universal. It's really touching a lot of lives. So I would say those are two that we've been really fortunate to work with recently.
That is really incredible. Wow. When you're doing stories like this, and if you're not doing it and another photographer is doing it, is this a pro bono thing? So like this dad who wanted to do this for his girls, did he have to come up with money to do this, or was it free for him?
Yeah, that's a great question. All of our services are free of charge. We're not trying to promote free pictures, in the industry, but we're really just trying to promote the heart of giving back.
Yes.
Just one day you could go give your all to this family, and that spirit of giving really makes such an influence with your time with these families. But basically how it works, we get stories nominated to us on our website at PhotoLantaP.com daily from across the country. Okay. We quickly, we're stationed out of Texas, but we quickly learned that we can't do all the stories here, and that's where, we're welcoming what we call photo crew members to apply online and to become an official crew member. So anyone listening, we would love to hear from you. And once you get accepted, we'll welcome them to our team and give them the tools they need to conduct their own Fotolanthropy session. Okay. So, they'll basically go out and give of their time and conduct a portrait session for this family. We'll premiere it on the blog. The photographer will get to write the story. So it's a really neat avenue for the photographer. If they do want to give back, we could give them the tools they need. Right. And then we also choose about 5 stories a year to make into a video as well. So that's a neat thing for photographers to join up with filmmakers. But a great question about funding. We do this free of charge. We actually created Travis's Soldier Story all by volunteers. So how we do what we do at Fotolanthropy financially is we actually are supported by a product line of camera straps called the Photo Strap. So the Photo Strap was designed so that with every sale we can donate 10% back to Fotolanthropy. You can learn more at photostrap.com, but they're really cool, genuine leather straps, can be monogrammed. I actually designed them myself, so they were designed with a professional photographer in mind, very comfortable.
I love that. That's so great. And I have seen the straps. Personally, they are beautiful. I can't wait to order mine. And not only are they beautiful, I mean, my husband could wear it, and it's a good looking strap. So they're not super feminine, so they can really go both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. And, we really wanted kind of a Ralph Lauren feel.
And that,
they're super durable, and we've got some new colors coming out.
Do you have one to show us?
Ooh, let me see. I've got different things on my desk here. So here's the packaging.
Ooh,
so
I love it.
This is when they come, and it's got this story talking about how it gives back to Fotolanthropy.
Okay.
And here's one here. Here's the Scarlet, which is a big favorite.
That is the one I want.
Oh, well, we'll have to hook you up. So, see, you can see the custom monogram here, and you can put your name, logo. Business logos are a great thing for photographers. And then this shoulder pad is super comfortable.
Yeah, it looks comfortable.
And then the trim work is, all leather too. And then here's one of my new favorites. We just talked about Travis, and a lot of our straps are named after a Fotolanthropy client.
Okay.
So this one actually is called the Travis, and it's camo.
I love that.
So this is actually my favorite.
Wow.
This story has impacted me so much. So here they are.
Here's they're great. They're beautiful. And I have had a couple of straps in my day, and they have fallen apart. So, it's made out of fabric, and it's sewn together, and it's not durable for as much shooting as I'm doing. And this, I looked at it, and I could just tell right from the website that it was great quality. So great work.
Thank you. And that was an important thing for us with professionals, their bodies, camera bodies being so expensive and heavy. They're manufactured in the U.S. and they're very durable and can hold a lot of weight. So we'll have to hook you up with one.
Ooh,
for sure.
I will not argue. So if a photographer wants to get involved with Fotolanthropy, obviously they could probably go to their site, which I will have a link at the bottom. But how does this work? Do they just apply, and do you accept them or reject them based on experience level, or how does that work?
Yes, so to become an official photo crew member, someone can just go to our site and click Join the Crew and read our requirements.
Okay.
We do ask that a photographer had an established business for 2 years.
Okay.
We do look at their work. We look at their reputation, make sure that they take good care of their clients.
Right.
But we just want to make sure that our families are very well taken care of.
Yes.
But then they'll fill out a questionnaire, and we review that, and then we'll let them know if they're accepted, and we'll bring them on as part of the family.
Oh, I love that. And I love that you do have requirements like that, because that is so important. You don't want just anybody. These families are precious. What they're going through is tough, and you're trying to bless them with something. And if you've got people who have bad customer service or don't know how to interact with people, obviously that wouldn't be a good fit. So I love that you have these requirements. They're great requirements here. Okay, so I want to encourage everybody, if you are interested in this, I've shared that I personally have done stuff on my own, but it's really neat because there are certain times in my business that are slower, and fortunately people have just come to me and asked, and it's all worked out, but it doesn't always happen that way. So with Fotolanthropy, I can connect with Fotolanthropy and they can connect me with somebody, and so it really is a great way to give back with your camera. And I love that, because I'm always thinking, how can I serve with my camera? And I think for people, pictures are the most important thing to them. That's something that you can hold on to forever, those memories. So I just love that you're giving photographers an opportunity to give back. It's really amazing.
Thank you. So, it's been an amazing journey. We couldn't do it without these great photographers that are rising up and, deciding to give back to these families. So anyone listening, we'd love to hear from you. And it's a great time of year with being January and all the Christmas craze is gone. Yes. So it's a great time to see if you want to come be a part of it.
Yes. Now, so do you have, are you getting inquiries from all over the country as far as people wanting pictures?
Yes. And it's crazy. It's really a dose of perspective. Every morning I check my email because we get these amazing stories. And we want to do them all, but there's some factors of making sure we have a photographer there and things like that. And we're starting to get crew members that are reaching out from Canada, and we had one in the UK that reached out. So it's really exciting just to see where it's growing, and we want to be able to go into all different areas and be able to give back.
Yes. So, are there certain states that you're really in need of photographers?
Sure. We've got a lot in Texas, but we have a lot of stories here in Texas. A lot of the cities that deal with natural disasters, hurricanes, things like that, that's always a need, because I think once those stories happen, we would always, want to be able to get someone there to maybe help show a story of recovery. But, there's a need everywhere. There's inspiring stories all around us.
Yes.
I think everyone knows one,
Yes.
and that's where, anywhere that there's a photographer with a good heart that wants to give back, we would welcome them on our team.
Right. I want to commit to advertising Fotolanthropy on the side of the Snap Society free of charge, because I really feel like it is important for this to get out there. I want everybody, all photographers, I want this to be a household name. I want everybody to know what Fotolanthropy is. And so I'm committing to you that I am giving you an ad space free of charge, and I really want to encourage other people with blogs, photo vendors, photographers, anybody who has a blog to do that, because when you see an advertisement over and over and over again, it gives more credibility to it. But we all know that we have to pay for those ads, and it gets very expensive. And so that's my commitment to you, is that I want to offer that up, and I just hope that other people will do the same for this, because it's such an amazing organization. So thank you so much, Katie, for what you're doing.
That's thoughtful. Oh, thank you for helping to share a story, and thank you for that offer and helping us to share that. So that really means a lot. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And also make sure that you go and check out those straps, because they are incredible. They would be great gifts, great birthday gifts, great gift to maybe a photographer who mentored you. That would be just awesome to receive something like that. So Katie, thank you for joining us, and I really hope that we get to talk again, and that you can share some more stories with us. And I hope that through this you get some more photographers in different states that are willing to do it, that maybe hadn't heard of Fotolanthropy before.
Absolutely. I do too. So we'd love to get to talk with you again, and thanks so much for everyone for taking the time to listen.
All right. Okay. Well, stick with us. We're going to have some more information coming up on the Snap Society, where everything clicks. Remember at the beginning of the show when I said that we're going to have something to give away? Well, Mr. Incredible is going to tell you more about that.
Guys, we love this so much that we decided to buy a couple straps to support the cause. We'll be doing a giveaway next week, so stay tuned to the snapsociety.com and our Facebook page to get more info on how to sign up.
Woohoo!